wait, we're recording. Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to session 24. We have been gone for like a month. So sorry
Nothing wrong with
for
taking a summer break. Just summer break.
yeah.
A
We
little
were on
breaky break.
summer break. Summer break it was, yes, ma'am. So I hope everyone has been having a wonderful summer. First, we're going to do a check-in, and then we're going to go into the topic. The topic today, and we'll mention this again, but the topic today is sharing space with others. So, how do you share your space with others? So, to go into detail, or we'll go into detail a little bit. How y'all doing?
Girl, ooh.
Mhm.
To be honest, like I'm doing good. Had a really good summer. It's been going all right. When my kids are gone, it takes a lot out of me. So, little dude was gone for about a week. The girl's still gone. They come back Sunday. But other than that, I'm doing all right.
Good. Well, I'm glad you are doing all right. We surely miss the nieces and are ready for everybody to come on back home.
Come on.
Shemaine?
I'm tired. I'm tired. Everybody is doing good, but I mean, life has been life, and I feel like I'm at a point in my life where, um, I've always had a busy life, and I've been pulled in a lot of different directions, and I'm okay with that. But I've also come to a point where I think that um, I need to focus just a little bit here and yeah, take a little bit of that care that I push outside and bring in.
But you can't pour
So
from an empty cup.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a little tired. Um, and that's okay. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just kind of refocusing a little bit, just kind of seeing what I can do to bring some of that to me and still pour out. So yeah, that's where I am right now. But
Okay. What about you?
blessed, highly
I
favored, everything's good, but just I'm a little tired. It's a little tired.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Shameen. I summer has been pretty okay, don't get me wrong, but it's been a little stressful this past week or so. And I think that because of everything that's going on, I've reached my I'm overwhelmed point, and I need to just kind of sit and reset. Um, I mean, to go into detail just a little bit, my husband has some health issues, and I am dealing with some post concussion stuff. So when I get stressed out, when I get overly tired, stuff like that, I start to have migraines. I don't sleep, like it's a whole thing. And these past 2 days, it's been really bad to the point where I was scared. I was like, "Am I having a heart attack?" I was raising my arms, like I wasn't having any pains in my chest or anything, but it was my head was just hurting so bad, and I was nauseous. So I'm like, "What is going on?" But really, it's
Mhm.
just this whole vertigo and post concussion stuff. So that I really need to sit down and figure out, which is go to the doctor, do whatever they tell me to do so that I can fully heal from that.
Your brain is loosed. Thou
I
art
mean, girl, it's
loosed.
just shaking around up here.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I need to get that taken care of. So, it's hard to take care of yourself or take care of other people when you don't take care of yourself. So, I have been making it a point to rest and pour into myself the way that I need to, like Shami was saying, because life is stressful, it is draining. And I like that we're going into the topic of sharing your space with others because just to kind of take this a little deeper, when I was single, when I would be
Mm.
stressed out or overwhelmed, I would remove myself. Like I would isolate myself. I would either blow up and cry and then isolate, or while I was isolating, at some point, something would happen and I would just go to my corner. I had my corner and that's where I was. Whereas now being married, I don't get to do that. And I think that has put my stress level to a different height, because dealing with Lauren and the talking all the time and the I love you, and don't get me wrong, I love him, but it drives me crazy because I have not been able to go into my cocoon like I usually have been able to when I get this stressed. So it's hard sharing space with people when it's like I need quiet. You got the kids in the background, all kinds of stuff going on, and you just want it to be quiet. You just don't get that. So
Go ahead.
no, well, the other part of sharing your space was, you know, you would get along with somebody when you didn't live together, but now that you're sharing that space, it can change the dynamics of your relationship. So what was you finna say, Shami?
I was gonna say, if though you need that time, can you learn how to take that time for your own sanity? Because it's hard to still create that, because when you are single, it's a lot easier to be like, you know what, I'm going to go in my own space, and that is it. And then from the partner perspective, can you allow your partner, or can you see it in them? Okay, they really need that space. Can I allow them to have it for their sanity? You know what I'm saying?
How do you
Um,
deal with it? Because you just said that you like, I need to focus on me, and so like,
Yeah,
what does
yeah.
that
because
look
I
like for
don't,
you?
right, because I don't take it. I don't. I found myself not taking that time. I run, and I go and I go.
Mhm.
Um, and I've kind of always been that person. I go and I go and I go and I go until I just crash and burn, and it just be a crying mess. And I'm like, all right, I finally have to be like, okay, I need to take a moment. Um, but when it's time for me to take that moment or that time, then I'll take that moment and that time. I will do it.
What do
And
you
I
mean? Like,
probably,
but what does that look like? Like, what do you mean?
it looks like, maybe I'll, go to my parents' house. And I haven't done that in a long time. But
Mm.
maybe go to my parents' house and get that, we call it that good Piccadilly roast sleep. Where you just,
Mhm,
you gonna get in that
mhm.
bed and be like, and that is some, good rest. Or just go on vacation. The beach is like my, quiet place, or, where I feel like I just get in the water and get rejuvenated. Or any body of water. There are several beaches around here. And um, it wasn't last summer, but the summer before, me and my husband would just pick a place, one of the beaches around, and go. Just the two of us. And sometimes, my quiet is, just with him, just for us to kind of get away. Or, when I need to, I've never done it by myself before. That might be something that I can do, just, me, just to be at peace. I haven't done something just with me in a long time. But just to claim that part, since we're talking about this, just to claim that part, and even to go to your spouse and go say, hey, I just need that moment. And if that, your spouse comes to you and says, hey, I just need that moment, um, if that is their moment of peace and clarity, can you give that to them? Can you request that of them if you need it? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
if, if that's what you need to, we're talking about sharing space and creating a space for you if you need it. So,
And I agree with communication and
mm,
vocalizing what your needs are. I think this particular time just seems to be a crucial time where space would make my anxiety worse because of his health issues and stuff. I feel like I need to be close. So I'm trying to figure out other ways to find that space.
Decompress.
Yeah, and it's just not happening.
Right.
So
Is it a
and
bath? Is
yeah.
it some time on the porch?
Like some
Is
micro
it
piece. You got a micro piece.
right? Or what
Yeah.
micro piece can you find in the
So
house?
my micro piece was it has been the shower. That's where I
Mhm.
pray, I meditate, because that's about the only quiet space that I could find. But even that was a little interrupted today. So it was just like,
Darn.
again. But I do feel like with resting, I have to learn how to rest my brain. So even though I'm not physically doing anything, I still need to just not think about anything. Just completely clear as much as I can, which is hard too, because I'm a natural born planner. So my brain is always like, okay,
Mhm.
what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I need to do.
Ooh, or
And that's
get in the
hard to
tub.
quiet that. Yeah.
When you're not getting this peace or space, how does that manifest in your life, like to the people that you share your space with? What does that look like?
It's like high strung, stressful. Oh, mommy is on a rampage, kind of, because I get frustrated with myself, and what happens is I get frustrated with myself, and then I start to put all this additional pressure on me, which comes out. So, like, the kids will be playing and stuff. I'll be like, just be quiet, just be quiet, get out of my space, and sometimes I have to do that because kids are just overly. Um, but like with Lauren though, it's like just don't talk to me, please. Just give me time because he's a talker and I'm not. So it's like I just need some quiet time. So he'll go a couple hours and then he'll come and be like, okay, like I've given you some time, and I'm like, I need more time. I need more time. So I have learned to not get so mad at him. Most of like before, I used to be like, I'd be like, oh my God, just leave me alone. But really, it's just him trying to make sure I'm okay or
Mhm.
trying to help make me okay. And it was a
But you'll
process.
lash out like, get out of my space, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But not so much anymore. Cause now I just be like, okay, Lauren, for real. I cannot. I just need you. He'd be like, okay. And then he'll come back a couple hours later, like,
What
I
about you,
almost
Shami?
I am flat out tears. I cry. I am flat out tears when I have absolutely reached the point. I just start crying. I hate that too because I really wish it was almost angry. What it is, flat out tears. And
he
Andre
cried
is like,
today. Yeah.
And Andre be like, he don't really do well with the tears, but he's like, what is it? I'm just like, I'm stressed out. I'm tired. He's like, okay, get yourself together, because get yourself together. Or he'll hug me for a minute, like, okay, all right. Now,
Right.
what is the problem? Because Andre is very much a fixer. He wants to fix it. So if I'm crying, he's like, we need to fix whatever this is. What are you crying for? And I'm like, I'm tired. I don't even know why. Or if I'm calling your mother, or usually your mother is calling me, like, I just feel you. And I'm like,
Mhm.
but sometimes, really, after a good cry, then I'm like, okay, now I've gotten that out, I can go back and tackle
Right.
the day.
What
But if
about you, D?
yeah, what about you?
Like, I
You
don't
don't have no
know.
It ain't
problems.
the hot flashes
It's
or
not.
the.
Oh, there we go. I get really bad hot flash.
I was about to say, come on now. Come on now.
I get I get hot flashes. I don't know. My I used to be able to go in my cocoon. I cannot go in my cocoon anymore. So I think I live my life in deflect and denial sometimes, like when I feel really stressed about something or I can't get that space. So it looks like nothing. Except those hot flashes. Like it's nothing that like I say or do. You know, is I don't go crying. I'm not mad, but I'll break out in a sweat in a minute. But
Okay, so if you are having those physical, because part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this as well is because like we talked about earlier, stress is a silent killer.
ooh, my blood pressure gets real high.
I
Like
was about to say, yeah, your blood
real
pressure is high
high.
too.
But I'm still like, I'm okay. I'm fine. My blood
You're
pressure
the
be like,
pass out.
no, you're not. So
It's
yeah,
gonna
my blood
blow up.
pressure gets really high and I have hot flashes.
Okay.
Which can, and although I'm smiling on the outside and very balanced, I'm working out, I'm eating right and stuff, but like on the inside, my body be smacking me up.
Does it frustrate you when we try to talk to you about things before you're ready to talk about it?
Yeah, what you mean? I think that's for everybody.
Yeah, because okay,
Mhm.
so one, the stress of, everyday life and all of that, right? So when it comes to when you want to do better. So, people talk about you need to surround yourself with people who motivate you, who support you, who want to help you do better.
Right.
And then you get an accountability partner or something on the lines of that. We don't talk about what because y'all motherfuckers be getting on my nerves.
Accountability partner. Tread lightly, okay? Tread lightly.
But and here's the thing. It is needed. It is necessary, especially when you are trying to push yourself to a new level. You need people to motivate you. And even though you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to deal with it in that moment. At some point, you have to realize you're the problem and you need to accept the support that people are giving you. And that is so frustrating to me. Like I just can't. Y'all be like, okay, like Dia, when was that? You were like, well, did you walk your 2 miles today?
She be want to smack me all the time. I know it. I know it.
Well, we had a conversation over the weekend. She just kept asking me questions. Got so mad. I just hung up. I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it. But the next day, after I, decompressed a little bit, I realized that I was the problem. And I called and apologized. And I think that as long as you can move through those feelings, you have to still be that support. Because I appreciate it. I might yell, I might scream, I might cry about it. But at the end of the day, I need it. And I think sharing space with people, whether it's physical space or just your bubble, like y'all are my bubble, um, it's hard to share space like that because it's hard to hold the mirror up to yourself and say, I do need to change that. I do need to
Well,
do better about that.
I think that's why we get along so well is because like we speak as respectfully as possible about the things that each one of us are dealing with. And so if one of us says it really harsh, then the other one will come back and like really make it make sense like from a love perspective so
Right.
that everybody eventually has the same perspective or at
Which is usually
Yeah.
so just to paint the picture, I will usually say it hard. Dia will usually come back and say it in a nicer way. And we all like, okay, cool.
or
Shameen may
Shameen will
say it
say it
hard.
hard.
You will come in and say it in a nicer way, and then we cool. It is, I think it's good to have that relationship with people because it will drive you. It will drive you crazy, but it will also push you into the direction that you need to go in. I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
It's good for well, it's good that people who love you will tell you the truth. And sometimes it's hard to have those conversations, with people because you love them and you want to be nice, and you're on the outside looking in, and you want to help, not hurt, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you ain't right for that, and you need to reel it back in. Or I see you about to hit that brick wall, and I just really don't want you to hit it.
But you know what? Like as
Mhm,
much as we
mhm.
as much as we get along, like I don't think that we could share physical space with each other for an extended period.
Oh hell no. No,
We
no,
got a
no,
time limit, and we know it.
There's no way.
no, no. It ain't
As
finna happen.
adults,
Look,
yeah,
as the youngest, I've shared space with Dia and
As
I've
it don't
shared space with Shmi. And at both
as
times
adults.
we separated like this ain't finna work. But I like the communication because we were able to be like, hey, this is not gonna work.
I
Just go
I
on and
love you,
shit
but it's time to go
around.
home.
I still love you,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
we can't be
No.
cannot come in the same house.
Time to go.
But I like to do that with not just y'all, but anybody that I deal with. Um, I have a friend who she technically only calls when she's like going through some stuff. And I like our space, because if it was every day, all day, it really would like push us apart. But when she calls, she always says, you are just such a wonderful friend because when I call, you just listen and we talk and then we'll go weeks without talking and it's no big deal. Yeah, because I can't share space with you like
Protect
that
your
on a
space.
regular basis. Right, right. And that it's like that for everybody that I have a close relationship with. Um, we could talk for days in a row, and then we could not talk for days in a row. And I'm cool with taking that break. Um, y'all are my sisters though, so we talk on a more regular basis than anybody else. But I still appreciate when we take our
Yeah.
time and and have our peaceful. We have the rough talk, then we have the peaceful
Then
talk.
we take some space sometimes too.
But it's all love. It's all love. It's not no, I'm gonna cut you off or I don't want to deal with you anymore or anything like that. And I like that is what communication is, being able to talk about all things and still be able to maneuver through it and build and keep a relationship. So I yeah. So that was okay, so back to the weight loss thing. So um accountability partners drive me crazy, but I need it though. Because it's up and down. I like to stop, especially when a lot of things are going on. It's a lot of stuff swirling around me, and I feel like when I work out, sometimes it'll help, sometimes it makes it worse. Um, but I having that push, I think is a good supportive way of being an accountability partner. And then it all has to do with maturity
Yeah,
too.
you got to be at a place to like recognize when somebody's being a bitch to you, or if they're just telling you the truth. Because it's two different conversations.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
We all have our issues, things that we deal with, and we all try to really support each other in maintaining balance. And sometimes like you don't want to hear it, and that's okay. But at least
Mm-hmm.
you got somebody that's kind of saving you from going off the deep end, like nudging you back over there. Don't forget, you
Right.
gotta. Did you write down that expense? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing, or put
Mm-hmm.
card up, or
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You be like, shut the fuck up, quit talking to me. I know what I'm doing. And then you be like, thank you for reminding me of that. I really appreciate it. At least that's how I
You
am.
don't
Like,
go.
God
You know
damn,
what
she
though?
said
Like you
something
don't
else.
want to surround
Uh,
yourself with people that's just gonna agree with you all the time. You want to
of course
surround
No,
not.
you're
yourself
not.
with people that don't push
You're not
you
right all the
to
time.
do better and be better.
Right, definitely.
I
And
know
it's
what it
all in
was.
the
Sorry,
Are you
y'all. I
okay
don't know
over
what that
there?
was.
and you have to take care of your delivery too. Like you don't always want somebody to be, Therese, what?
Y'all know who I'm looking at because he out here looking for attention again. It's been about 2 hours, so you know it's about that time again. Alright. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this real quick and then I'll let you finish. But just to give a background, so he's having some heart issues. We had to go to the emergency room, right? I was scared. So I called mommy and I'm like, Mommy, I'm just a crying and stuff. And I said, he get on my nerves, but I don't want to lose him. And in my mind, I was like, I don't know if I want to say that. But he does. I love him and I love him for getting on my nerves because I feel like my life would be boring or, if somebody was just sitting here quiet next to me all the time. So I love it, but it's like I think we're still trying to
But
figure out our balance
I've
with that.
learned that most married people get on each other's nerves.
Oh, so it's not
No.
just me.
And I
Good.
thought being married, I had to remove these rose colored glasses because like it gets real. You're not gonna like the person and the person not gonna like
Mm-hmm.
you
It
sometimes.
does.
But that the
Right,
love is
right,
Sometimes,
gone.
right.
Like you said, he get on
He
my
gets
right.
on my
nerves
nerves at
before
that
he
Anybody that's
point.
in your
die.
space. Right. And
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Listen.
You get on my nerves and don't die. Like,
Like I still need him here. I love him, but he get on my
I've
goddamn
been paying
nerves,
attention to
Lord.
like how spouses talk about each other, and like most conversations are not like you're the love of my life and blah blah blah. It's like yeah, we still in
Yeah,
this thing.
right.
right.
It's true but that is all in learning how to share your space with somebody because that's really what it
Yes,
is too. Marriage is
Mm-hmm.
learning how to share your space with somebody
and
for
I
forever.
know like
Because forever is a long time. You two
Mm-hmm.
different people. I know I drive my husband nuts. My side of the room looks like shit a lot.
I was
His
just
is very
that
deep.
up.
That shit drives him
Tell my
fucking
husband
crazy.
anytime.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
told you
I'm the
I'm not
spender. He's the
domesticated.
predator. That shit drives him fucking nuts. You
I
know
Right.
tell
what
my
I'm saying?
I
I get on his fucking nerves. This conversation right now we having. He can hear it. He's right below me. I'm sure you probably heard him say, "Hurry the hell up," because it's been.
oh, I didn't hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
But these conversations make us
Oh,
better,
I
Good.
didn't.
brother.
Right. You need to be listening and cackling along with us.
He listen to me. He ain't cackling. He probably
Right.
like get some advice from them real fast on how to run this along. But I mean, but that is the hazards of living with somebody else other than you, day
Mm-hmm.
in and day out. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your natural born lives, and we have just started this. We only 4 years in, as far as our marriage is concerned. We
I
still
mean,
got
we
a
all cool
lifetime to
babies in
go.
this game. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, our parents have lived together
They
for,
get on each
I'm
other's nerves
47.
too.
I'm getting ready to be 47. Almost
They
50
do.
years. Yes.
They
Hmm.
do.
They
Yeah.
do. But they wouldn't change a thing about their lives together. So they make their shit work. They make it work. You know what I'm saying? But that's
It's a part
part
of
of
sharing your space.
this thing is just a part of sharing your
And like
space.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
most of it is realizing and recognizing who you are as a person. Once you understand yourself best,
Hmm.
like how do I best calm down? How do I best love? How do I do this? Then you're able to better
Yeah.
share your space with other people. But
Space,
it's
right?
tough when
Right.
like you may have it under control or you feel like you have it under control, but the other person doesn't, then that's tough.
Doesn't, right. And you have to express and expressing that to them, and then going, okay, so how do we fix that, or how do we coexist then in this time period while you figure that out, or I figure that out, and then we figure that out together. Like, how do we coexist,
Right.
in this time frame,
Because
in this
sometimes
growth and
the
change?
journey, you have to take steps on your own for a little bit, and so that the other person
Yep.
or both
Mhm.
of y'all can get stronger in who you are separately, so that you can be stronger together.
Separate. Yep. Yes.
Amen. I think I
And share
said
that
What?
that
space.
before too. But I
Hmm.
definitely agree about working
You
on
have
yourself
to.
individually and
Hmm.
then coming together, because you can't, there's no way you could be successful together if you are still all in pieces
But the
as an
tough part is
individual.
still
But
sharing your
it's a journey.
space while you're on your own walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Right.
because you're trying to figure
Right.
yourself out together, like I'm not gonna go on a 14-day retreat to get myself together. I might just need 14 days, but I'm still sharing my space with this other person while I'm trying to figure myself out.
Right.
It's tough.
Right.
It is. And I
Yeah.
have to, and on the other side of that, I have to allow that person to
Mm-hmm.
get themselves together
Mm-hmm.
too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a
Right.
give and take. And you have to understand, I have to work on myself. You have to work on yourself, and we have to work on this thing together. We all in this sharing this space.
Amen.
Oh,
Together.
Oh, I heard
it's
that
storming over
thunder.
here.
Get up, you gotta get off the
Did you hear
phone.
that?
Is that what this is?
You gotta get
That
off
was
the
thunder.
phone.
Okay, so look, let's just go on and cut this short now. But yeah, so sharing space with other people, I think this was a really
Okay.
good conversation though.
Mhm.
So we're gonna go on and wrap this up before Shami's power goes out.
It ain't going out.
But please, like and share, go to our YouTube page and or channel, sorry. YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And then we do still have our BU Room website. We will try to get back into the groove of things with our weekly,
Not try to,
sessions.
we will. Let's just go
We
ahead and
will.
say
Okay,
it.
yeah,
We are
we are
going to
going
get back in the
to.
groove of things.
Amen.
Yeah.
Together. Amen. All right. Well, thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see y'all on Sunday.